Everybody, welcome back. This is Brad. You're watching Jimmy's and Silks, and this is Pompano Part 2. We're trying that test out again. This is a follow-up from our first trip out last week, which, if you didn't watch, I did a great pompano stuffed with crab imperial, so check that out on the last video. But yeah, we're trying it out again. I had my traps set on what I think was not the right side of the river. There's a better catching side, I believe, so I set them on the better catching side. So I'm hoping that helps, but let's find out. Let's go get those crabs. Sorry about the wind. Hopefully this is decent footage, but this is in the saltier area, so I've set them up in the fresher part too. I moved a lot of traps. There we go. I see a crab. A lot of traps further north into the fresher water. This is a good trap. Three crabs is all right. Good job for pompano. I think that was like the best one we had with pompano last time was 3, so that's a great start. But yeah, I've set these traps a little bit further up north. So my hope is that this fresher water that'll be mixing in the traps that we're gonna be checking up a little bit later is gonna be better because we haven't had much rain, so this water is salty. All right, good start. Very good. Very windy too, these last couple days. And that never bodes well for crabbing. Or to the net. Okay. This spot does pretty well. Let's see. Oh man, we got some crabbies in here. Dang. Okay, 2 stone crabs. See those? Obviously it's not stone crab season, but got some stone crabs. So we have 1 female, 1 pregnant female, and then 3 jimmies. Great trap. That is what I'm talking about right there. So 6 crabs, 1's pregnant. We got to toss her back, and a couple of these stone crabs are definitely going to go back. But that's a good looking trap. All right, let's get these dumped and called out. Let's bait out. Pompano does not do bad today. Much better than last time. So, pregnant female. Oh. We'll try and just toss her right back in. So we'll get it called out. Get her out of here. Here comes a stone crab. All right. All right, here's your stone crab. This is a very tiny one, but I bet you that claw right there might be keepable. But we are out of season. Typical season is October 15th until May 1st. I think this year was May 2nd. Going back. Come on, Mr. Stone. Mr. Stoney man. Stone crab. This one looks like a male. As you can see, the apron more narrow. Another small one, but I bet you that claw would be pretty close to keeping. nice color. Love those super blue claws. It's like cobalt. Bubble. We call him Bubbles. And then this big honker right there. Now that is a big ass blue crab. Got on this one. See, a single crab. This was set with all pompano heads. I mean, he's a rusty guy, barnacles and stuff, but I'd hope to do better. We're all the way up in some fresher water, so maybe that has an effect on it. But it's been so dry and there's been no rain. Figured this might be a good idea. Well, we'll dump it and head on to the next. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Oh, fish. Oh my goodness. Look at these. Holy crap. That's a big one. But then that one is even bigger. And rusty. And that means that it's going to be heavy. Full of meat. Let's get this bait out and get these dumped. 3. Looks like this was set on pompano head. Okay. Very nice. I mean, that crab right there is a monster. That one is enormous. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Well, let the wrong one out. Still huge. I can't believe I lost that big one just now. Oh, definitely 8 inches. That is a nice crab. Okay, see what we got. Nothing. 1 crab. 1 little girl. Well, I do think the crabbing is dying off a little bit because of the heat and the warm water. But I also don't think the pompano is the best bait for this. But maybe combined, it might be. All right, not a bad day. Pompano did pretty well. We got about 10 crabs in here. Real quick shout out to the Florida Panthers, Eastern Conference champions, and headed to the Stanley Cup. So, good luck Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's see what we got here. So we got some big crabs in there, beautiful looking crabs. I'd say about 10. You know, Pompano didn't set the world on fire, but it didn't do bad. Good up until the very end when we got into the fresher water, but whatever, it's worth a shot. All right, let's go ahead and steam these up. I'll see y'all back at the house. Welcome back to my crib. We're gonna cook some crabs, Maryland style, steamer. Here's what we got today. Gonna go ahead and cook these puppies up. I never purge my crabs, I just toss them right in. Some people like to toss them in fresh water, let them get out whatever kind of water they were in out of their system and get the fresh stuff in, kind of clean it out. I don't do that. I toss it straight in to the pot. So let's talk a little bit about what we got going on here. This is my pot, this is my small pot. I have a big pot and a small pot. This is the smaller one, which is still pretty large, but this is perfect for about a dozen crabs, and we got about 10 today, so it'll be great. Got some JO number 2, and really, you know, the difference between Old Bay and JO, I'm sure it's slightly different as far as the ingredients, but mainly just a lot more salt. You can actually kind of see it, probably just more salty. So goes great on top of the crabs, and I like to layer those in and then put a little dusting of the JO, healthy dusting. Got our steamer grates here, as you can see, 2 different styles. This one's plastic, this one's metal. I'm gonna put the big metal one in, and you wanna keep your water level below the area of the steamer grate. Next, a little vinegar, just to dabble do ya. If you have a good beer that you like to use, maybe some Busch or some High Life, the champagne of beers, go ahead and toss that in. Something cheap is just fine. But it does add a little bit of good flavor. All right, I don't ever toss mine in the ice, or, well, sometimes I'll put them in the refrigerator, but typically straight from the water to the bucket to the steamer pot. Although if you do chill them down, they do say that that keeps their legs on, like their big claws, because they tend to drop them when they get into the heat, because they get just nervous and freak out. That's a monster. Holy camole. Whew. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. A little dusting. So I had just enough of my JO seasoning, but if I needed to, I could have used the Old Bay and then just tossed a little bit of coarse kosher salt in, kind of mix that up half and half, and it kind of turns out just like a JO. So if you need it, that's there for you. All right, let's go ahead and get these puppies steamed up. As we wait, I always like to get the butter going. This Plugra stuff is fantastic. Plugera, whatever. It's delicious. I don't know what they do different, but it's much better. Maybe I'm just used to like Great Value or whatever other knockoff brand of butter, but this is some good stuff. So let's go ahead and get that melted up. I love a little melted butter with my crabs. Really, that's the only thing I use. Old Bay melted butter, and that's it. Some people will put like apple cider vinegar in there with some Old Bay, you know, not in the butter, but as a dip combination. I don't do that. It's not my style. Nothing against it, just not my style. They look good. They look super good. I'm gonna pull these out. All right, real quick tip. So as you're cooking these, you know, I always set it on high to begin. And then as the water starts to boil, I'll toss it down to like medium low, just kind of get it on a simmer. You don't want that water to boil up and boil over the crabs. So just a nice low simmer is good. The steam is what's gonna cook them. Got to get your paper laid out just like this. Quick, easy cleanup. Let these cool for just a minute. Now that's a big crab there. I'll tell you what, there is nothing better than that first bite of both the back fin and the claw meat. Like, those are the two best bites that you're ever gonna have. And they're very uniquely different and delicious. So let's go ahead and show you how I pop this open. And I'll start with the claw, just because it's a delicious little treat. So let's get whatever you can out of that. For me personally, I just pop this bottom claw off, and sometimes a little bit comes out. So good. A little bit of this butter. Just a little dab of that. The levels of amazing, delicious, phenomenal, unbelievable. I'm telling you, that's the best bite you'll ever have. All right. Next, let's pop this puppy open. Start with the apron down here. Pop that. Still hot. Real hot. All right, now we're gonna clean out the inside. Take it and I break it in half. I'll dump that stuff out. Actually, let's just go ahead and start with this side because it's looking pretty clean already. So we'll take these devil fingers off, right? These dead man fingers. Whew! Those are not edible. They're like lungs/gills. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful, beautiful chunk. Back fin lump crab meat. Jumbo lump, as they say. Bottoms up. That is the best 2 bites that you'll have. They're so hot, so delicious. Well, look, I got a lot of work here ahead of me. This is an absolutely fantastic meal, and here's the benefit, I think, of the Maryland style steam. So it keeps all that juice and all that flavor in the crab, and it actually cooks in the crab, and the moisture stays in the crab. So like, as you're eating this is just the most deliciously moist, succulent crab meat you've ever had. If you don't do it Maryland style, just try it once. About 95% of the time, this is the way that I do it. Every once in a while, I'll do a boil. Every once in a while. I don't think I'll ever do the grill again. I'm telling you, they just come out so much better when they're steamed. So much better. If you can't take my word for it, try it for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe. Get catching these crabs and enjoy All right, y'all. Peace.